about the worst interview you've ever been in?
So I've been thinking about this one, and the worst interview I've ever been on was recently, where I was interviewing someone to become a business development manager. And he comes onto the call, and he is wearing a hoodie with 4 dogs in the background, barking the entire time. And he thanked me for making time for him, of course. And a few minutes later, he said, "Can we pause? I have some deliveries coming." And that took about 10 minutes, and he put me on pause.
Wow.
So that was one that was kind of an easy one to push out.
An easy no.
An easy no.
Megan, I know you've interviewed thousands of people. What is your go-to interview question? Something that really helps you understand if this person's going to be a good fit for your company?
Yeah. My favorite question to ask someone is, what do you look for in a boss? Because that is going to be very clear in the way that they're going to manage you as a person. And so, is it the right fit? Is it the right personality fit? Is it the right manager style that you feel like you would be successful? So I love asking that question.
And you're basically saying to them, you want them to reveal to you what they need in a boss.
Absolutely.
And you need to know if you are that person for them.
Yes, it's a two-way street in an interview, and it has to be right for both parties. And I think that's like a good way to understand what they're looking for.
Lastly, if you had to give someone a piece of advice for interviewing, if I was your best friend and I was stressed about an interview coming up, what would you tell me? What's your number one piece of interviewing advice?
Other than prepping with your book,
Reading Interviewology.
reading Interviewology, my biggest piece of advice is to be yourself, because I think people can detect authenticity very quickly, and I would never want someone in a role that wasn't truly being themselves and happy and having that career fulfillment. So be yourself. People can read that, and both parties will be happy.
There's always this tendency to think that you should pretend to be something that you're not.
Yes.
But I love that I always hear this from hiring managers consistently, that we want people to be themselves because we want to make sure that we're hiring the right person, not some fake version.
Absolutely. You want to you can see that, and you can see like what their future will look like if they're not being themselves. So be vulnerable, open up about who you are, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, you want to see people have these things that don't define perfection. So I really think just being yourself is the best advice I would give somebody.